Hello there. I thought in this video we could have a look at our amazingly rare 1981 Electrolux 411 upright, shown here. So, let's check it out. I have previously plugged this machine in just to see if it ran, and it actually does, which is great. But there is a problem that we need to solve. I do love the fact that this has got a really nice old MK plug on it, and for some reason someone's put a sticker on it that says cleaner. So just in case you're confused as to what this plug is, it's attached to the machine. Anyway, who knows? So yeah, listen to this. I'm going to plug it in, have a listen. See if you can tell me what you think's wrong. So, apart from the fact we have very, very dry bearings, we don't have a lot of airflow here. There's not much air being moved by this machine. We definitely have a blockage somewhere. So we need to sort that out. And we also need to work out where the hell this metal plate goes. I'm still confused by this. I really don't know. It's very odd. If any of you guys know where this plate sits, tell me. Up in the attic, I've got Electrolux 412, which you will have seen on the channel. It's a very early video that I did, which is basically the same machine, but a more updated mid-80s colour scheme rather than this very early 80s green. So I might get that down and have a look at it, see if I can find this plate and see where it resides. But yeah, we need to get in here because we've definitely got a blockage. We've got a very vibratory brush roll and some very dry motor bearings. Now these 400 series machines were notorious for blocking up. And I wonder if I can even see, no I can't. So the air path is here, so it's a direct air machine. There's an opening here, here's the fan, and then the dust and the dirt is pretty much exhausted out the back here onto the body, and it runs up the body and it goes into the bag in the dust box. So we need to take all of this apart. Now this is not all that easy, if I'm totally honest with you. They are not the easiest machines to work on, so this may take a while, and I might actually do this in parts. So we'll say this is restoration part 1. We will take the machine apart, get the motor out, have a look at it, clear the blockage, and then in the second video we will service the motor, put the machine back together, give it a clean, and then we'll be able to use it, which would be fantastic. So let's get you down a bit closer, flip the machine over and start taking it apart. Oh, God, I remember these, they are difficult. Let's give it a go. Here's the underneath of the machine. You see there's the classic Electrolux brush roll. Very, very similar to the 500 series. In fact, I think it might not be the same brush roll actually, because this looks a bit wider on the 400 than on the 500. So you've basically got 3 panels that you need to take off here. You need to take off the base plate, you need to take off the motor cover, and you need to take off this rear plate as well, which hides all of the ratchet assembly and the power switch. So we need to start with this one. This can be incredibly difficult to get back on, which is where like you find like you're kind of fighting with it. So I'm just going to move you ever so slightly so you can see this better. There we go. Let's pop you there. So I'm just going to whip this panel off, and we'll see what we've got under here. So let's check it out. So that's the screws removed. Now we should be able to, yeah, snap. See, this is the this is the problem. This is one of the reasons these are so hated, is because you've got this little spring here which goes onto the body and then it pushes against the back of the handle, so these always like fly off, and they're a bit of a pain to get back on. So let's get rid of this muck. We might need to get the bench back out here and just give it a bit of a clean. So there's that panel off. Then we take out this bar. So that's the ratchet assembly there. Quite rusty on this one. I think it's been stored in the damp. These have the habit of breaking as well, so it's nice to see that in one piece. Let's just clean this out a little bit. Suck up all the dead spooders. Here's the switch here, which is encased behind the axle of this wheel. It all gets a little bit tricky here. Now I can't remember what's the best way of doing this. I think you do actually have to take this axle out to take the switch out to swing it round. So let's do that quick. Let's get this axle out. Got to be very careful because obviously this plastic is old, and you don't want to break it. So there we go. Let's take the wheel out, and then we should be able to remove. Yeah, we can remove the pedal from underneath, and that comes out with the spring like so. So we just need to keep those together. You end up with a nice pile of parts when you're working on a 400. They're very yeah. There's lots going on. And now we'll just take off the. Let me move you back a little bit now so you can see a bit better. We'll take off the base plate. There we go. Take those screws out. Now this kind of like comes away and then it slides like that away because the height control bar comes over from here, and it's oh god, yeah, it's a bit mucky, bit mucky. That needs to clean. And then we have the wheels, which are sort of supported here. They're held on by a spring here, and as you can see, it's actually quite difficult to change the belt because the belt kind of vanishes behind here. So let's take the brush run out now. Can we take this out? Yeah, I think we can take that out relatively easily. And this was a bit clanky, actually. There was, just check the bearings on it because it kind of sound. No, they feel all right. The bearings feel okay. It did sound like it was a bit vibratory. And what can happen here is because you have these removable brush and beater strips, is that the dirt can collect within the barrel of the brush roll, and that actually throws it out of balance. So you get like a brrr kind of sound from the brush roll. So I think if we take this apart when we're ready, when we come to that point, I mean, the bearings are quite tight anyway, so they do need a bit of lubing. We'll take all of these out, we'll take the beater strip out, take the brush strip out, and then if you bang it on the bench, you'll find that an awful lot of dirt will fall out from within this brush roll. So if you have a 400 or 500 series that sounds a bit rough, it may be the fact that you actually have dirt stuck in your brush roll. So that's a top tip for you. I'll obviously show you how to do that when we get to that point. And now let me rescue that washer, which goes on the base plate screw. Let's put that there. Get rid of that dirt. We can undo the cover that's hiding the motor and the fan. There's no obvious blockage here. It's not blocked at this point. This is where the suction channel is. So if we take this off, we'll probably see a blockage at this point here where the air is being exhausted out into the dust box. So let's whip this panel off. And that should be all the screws. Where is my magnetic? There we go. Let's whip these out, get them out of the way. And the problem is, what you find now is that when you remove this, you've got multiple wires here. So you've got wires running up the handle because the power cable comes in on the back body. So they run down this channel here. So you've got a couple. There's the live that comes to the switch, and then the neutral's down here. So it's a little bit tricky. So you can't just like lift this away because it's still attached to it by the wires. But anyway, let's see what happens. Let's take this cover off, and then we'll get into the motor and see what we're faced with. Oh God, okay, yeah, there we go. So I'm just going to show you underneath here. Here's the fan chamber, and there's a liner. So we have this metal liner here, which obviously prevents any like stones or anything like that being flung off the fan. And then smashing through the body. Very dirty. This all needs a really good clean. And then, yeah, here we are. We're into the motor. There's the belt, which is very, very stretched. That will definitely need to be replaced. And yeah, here we go. So this is the motor from a 400 series. Now, in my drawers, I may have a 500 series motor. No, I do not. I do not have a 500 series motor in my drawers, which is unusual. This section here is actually the same as a 500 series, but on the 500, this lower frame has the fan casing attached to it. So they kind of reused it up to that point, which is quite clever. So yeah, that's that. At least now we can remove the motor from the body of the 400. Hopefully, we're going to have to do something about this suppressor because that is on the way out. So let's pull those wires off, and now we are actually detached from it. Some more dirt here. Now you can see here where the problem is. This is blocked. So this is what they always did. They always blocked at this point because it's quite an acute angle here. So you're trying to get round here. There's like a right angle turn here, and then an immediate right angle turn that goes up the body. So yeah, all those angles, it results in blockages, always blocking at this point, which is very, very annoying. But we can now remove this. So let's take the motor itself out and we'll have a look at it. Okay, it's in quite good condition considering it's now 40 years old. The fan is superb. That is absolutely superb for the machine's age. I'm really, really glad to see that. Yeah, quite rough bearings. And one of the Achilles heel of this particular machine is this pulley. This pulley is actually a ceramic pulley. This is a piece of ceramic that is screwed onto the end of the motor. If I had a 500 series, it would be easier to show you, but what's happening here, I just need to sort out the focus. Please focus. Come on, there we go. This little piece of ceramic is screwed onto the metal end of the motor. You can see the metal end there. That's got a thread on it, and this pulley has a thread as well. So it's screwed on, and you have to be incredibly careful because the temptation is to take your grips and grip this pulley to then undo the fan. As soon as you put your grips on this pulley, it shatters. It just shatters to pieces, and you're absolutely stuffed because you will never, ever find another ceramic pulley. So you have to be extremely careful. We're also realizing here that the seals are very bad. So you can see why all the dirt's been leaking past the motor, because the seals have failed. This should all be stuck down nicely, but it really isn't. So all the crap has been coming through. You can see it there, look. You see it there at this point where the motor cooling fan is. I believe there's a cooling fan down there. So the cooling fan is sucking the dirt in that's managed to escape past the seals, and it's going to fall off the bench. Of course it's going to fall off the bench. So, right, I just need to move this around a minute. We can now remove the back body, I think. He says. Can I remove it? I should be able to. I don't know now. No, I don't think I can. So that's actually stuck. I'll tell you what, let's just do this and pull this. Oh my God, look at that. There's a huge, great big piece of lead there. I don't know if you can see that, but that's a piece of lead. So we're very lucky that the fan is not smashed, because that lead could absolutely do it. And there we go. There's our blockage. That is why we have no airflow. Let's just get rid of that and pop it in the bin. I'm just going to sit down for a second. Oh, I'm getting old. Right, so let's just tip that out like so. And then we'll just clean up around here. feel something in this hole. Oh, hang on, can I... What is that? Oh my goodness, what is that? There's like something solid in here. Oh, wow. Oh, there we go. What on earth is that? That looks like part of a fan. Where's the motor? My eye's deceiving me. I could have sworn that was a fan blade. But it's not, it's a piece of plastic that's been randomly picked up. So that's what was causing the problem. That was the blockage. I honestly thought that was like a vein, but it kind of looks like it, doesn't it? Look. It almost looks like a fan vein, but no, it's not. So put that in the bin. Yeah, it's very careless, someone picking that up. Right, well that's good. Apart from the fact I've got something in my eye now. Ugh, yuck, what's that? It's a big nasty piece of dirt that's just gone in my eyeball. Okay, well that's now unblocked. So just let me turn that around for you so you can see it. It's very, very light. There's no weight to this machine at all. I don't know how well you can see that. Probably not very well at all actually. But there's the channel, the airflow channel, which is now free and clear. I can stick my finger in there and yeah, it's all good. So that's that bit done, which is fantastic. So we can get rid of this body now and we can put it to one side. So the height control just goes mental when that's taken away. And then we can free us up some room on the bench to do some more work. So yeah, just let me get this out of the way. Okay, there we are. I'm going to put that to one side now. And it's going to fall over, of course it will. And we're left with the motor. So, just let me move you around a little bit. Okay, well I think we've made really good progress there. So that could be part one of our video. So we've got the motor out, which is great. And we need to service this. Many things to do. Hopefully you can see there, the suppressor has started to burn out. Hopefully it'll focus on it, probably not, but yeah, you can see the burn marks here. So this has actually started to go. I think at some point that would have made a really nasty stink. It probably happened a long time ago because I can't smell it anymore. So there's something to be said for actually leaving it in place, but I really don't want to do that. It's just not worth it. I'll make up like a little panel for that so I can mount the wires and everything. But I think we'll probably have a good look at the motor in the next video. I think this is probably worthy in and of itself of a completely separate video, because when was the last time you saw a motor from a Lux 400 series on YouTube? You probably haven't. I'd be very surprised if there are any. So yeah, let's make that the next video. We'll give the motor a good service. And then in maybe the third part we can service the brush roll and just recombine everything, and hopefully everything will be groovy. So yeah, I will say goodbye for now. I will see you in the next video. Hope you like this one. Don't forget to do the usual commenting, subscribing and liking, and I'll see you soon, and so will this motor. You take care. Bye.